guys, so in today's video I'm just going to talk very briefly on what our family has kind of decided is our new family game night game, which is Yahtzee, which, I guess I should clarify, we call, every once in a while we'll play game night and we'll call it a family game night, when in reality it's me, my sister, and my dad, because my mom doesn't like to partake in games as much, and she just has difficulties sitting at the table for a long period of time with our dog and how he can bark and scratch and all that kind of stuff. So the three of us play, and we used to play a lot of Scrabble to an extent, not like super not following the rules really, more so just like making words, and whoever kind of gets out first wins, not keeping track of scores, which I'm personally not a fan of, but my family has always kind of played that way because my mom doesn't like to keep score on things, and that's a talk for its own episode. But we switched to Yahtzee recently just because I was digging through the cabinet of games we have and looking for something to switch things up, and we've really kind of caught on to it. We play, I guess, probably 5 games a week, give or take, on average, which is pretty cool. Like 5 games or 5 rounds, I should say, of Yahtzee, and it's a very fast-paced game. The rules are very easy to understand. There's some exciting moments of like the anticipation of different turns and things like that, so I think it's just a very good game for something like a family game night, because it's just one of the easier games you could play while still having some strategy and some luck built in. That's kind of helpful for leveling the playing field in a family game night style of game. For me personally, I do a very good job, I would say, at maintaining a high floor, I'll call it, where I think I've talked about it in past episodes, that the concept of high floor, low ceiling, and vice versa is just that the lowest likely points I'm most likely to get, the lower end of that range is much higher than I think the average person's low end of points. Meanwhile, my ceiling might not be the highest. It's not super low either. The big difference is I usually aim for an upper section bonus. In Yahtzee, if you get 65 points in the upper section, which is just kind of the numeral-based scoring, where it's the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, all that, you get 65 points there, you get 63 points there, you get a 35-point bonus. So I usually try and get that, and I get it. I would say I achieve that 80% of the time, 70-80% of the time. I do a pretty good job at it, because realistically, you just kind of need 3 of a kind in each category, which isn't the hardest thing to get, especially when you include the fact that more often than not you end up with a 4 of a kind of a different number that kind of helps balance things out if you have to take a low score in your 1s or 2s, something along those lines. So that kind of keeps my floor high. I very rarely get below, say, 200 points. I'm more often hovering right around a 220 point range. And part of the way I do very well at that is it comes at the expense of me oftentimes taking a 0 in my Yahtzee slot very early in the game, or earlier than most people I think would use it. I think a lot of people have that spot remaining when they finish the game, and that is more often than not, I believe, a waste of the spot. So by utilizing that spot at a time where I would have to take a hit in points somewhere else and lower my upside for the overall game, by taking that 0 earlier on, which is more likely than not going to be a 0 anyway, I think I really help raise my floor in that sense. So that's my little strategy tip for Yahtzee, I guess, built into this video about my family game night. So I'm going to wrap everything up here. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode.